What's going on, guys? Your boy HQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode Beyond the Cube. On a special night.
Yeah, so I'm upset. I'm sorry for yesterday. I felt like shit all week. I still kind of feel like shit, but on with the show. Man, okay, here's the deal. We got UFC tomorrow, and Wheezy's being a little bitch about it.
We don't have it tomorrow. It's the 19th.
No.
It is. It's the 19th.
Okay, hang on. All right, let's make a wager.
Tomorrow's
$50 million.
Tomorrow is UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Teixeira.
Oh, man. Whatever.
And not Glover Teixeira, Taliesin Teixeira. But
okay, never
Taliesin
I was
Teixeira,
wrong. I ain't giving you $50 million, though.
I mean, I'll take it.
So all right, so next week. Okay, never mind. He's off the hook
then
because he was giving me shit about it. I thought it was a straight UFC.
What was he saying?
Oh well, he was saying the lineup was no good, so he didn't want to do it. And I thought it was
the lineup. The lineup is no good tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's when you get you get an unsuspected bust out fight in every one of these fight nights, you know.
Yeah, so. You usually do. Hold on. We'll take a look at this, okay? Let's see if anybody in the undercard I know. We got this. Okay, I can't say this nigga's name. Hold on a second. So he got to do something that's gonna come through great on folks' feed when they do it on podcast. Hold on. Let's see this guy. Yeah, I know this guy, Kennedy. Can you say this last name?
The Chakul.
Yeah, there we go. I'll see him knock some folk out. You know what I'm saying? We got him, and he's going against Walter Walker. I mean, this guy, he looks serious. Let's see. Max Griffin. Okay, I know Max Griffin. Oh, okay, Curtis. Chris Curtis. All right, we know about him. Junior Taffa. I don't know. He's always like, ugh. Junior Taffa against Tuco Tokokas. Okay. Austin Lane, Vitor Petrino. See, Nate Landwehr. Yeah, this is pretty weak. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is. Okay, Calvin Qatar. All right. Steve Garcia. Okay, so that's a little bit. So we pick up a little bit at the end. Wonder Boy Thompson and Gabriel Bonfim. So it does pick up a little bit. But the following week is that Holloway versus Poirier 3. But let's see. Do we have anything else? Costa and Roman Kopylov. Let's see. Okay, Dan Ige against Patricio Pitbull. Okay, so we've got a few bangers out here. Dingo Zeb Hooler or Zell Huber and Michael Johnson. Okay, so we got a little bit of action the following week. Marvin Vettori at one point in time he was contending for the middleweight title against Brendan Allen. Okay, so we got a little bit of action. Oh, I remember the last time I seen this dude, Atiba Gatir, he almost took my man's head off that he fought. Ryan Spann. So we got some action the following week. And like you said, every once in a while there's a banger, all right, on these fight nights. Because if they have them like at the Apex, then the cage is smaller. So you got less area to run away.
Oh, is that true?
Like you kind of have to engage. Yeah, the cage is smaller at the Apex. It's not as big. So you kind of have to engage. You know, there ain't much room to maneuver to get around. And the other week they said Jones put in his retirement.
But I thought he was back. I thought he put himself in the fucking potential testing pool.
Yeah, I heard some shit about that, but it sounds like nonsense. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it sounds like straight bullshit nonsense.
He strikes me as a moody bitch who just doesn't feel like being pressured. So he's like, fuck it, I'm not in. But I have a feeling he'll come back. Because nobody wants to go out like that. And he probably just didn't want to do it that week. Or he had some coke in his system. Or something like that. He had some reason he didn't want to do it. But
hell, he always has coke in his system.
But when it suits him, he'll come back. I have a feeling. Whether he'll win or not's another story.
Well, here's the deal.
You think Aspinall beat him?
Well, I'm not 100% sure because
all goats at some point in time lose at the end. This is how it goes.
This is true. This is true. But here's the only issue is that Aspinall hadn't went to any deep waters. So will Jones make it a wrestling match to take him to deep waters and then lay that versatile striking game on him in the later rounds? Maybe submit him. You know what I'm saying? They talked. Daniel Cormier talked about it with Kamaru Usman and Cejudo on their podcast. And Daniel Cormier said, if you put a gun to my head today, I would tell you that John Jones would win the fight. That's what Cormier said. And he hates John Jones. You know what I'm saying? With a passion. But he's like, Jones is crafty. It's like he knows this dude has not been in no third rounds. Like he's usually done in like 2-3 minutes. He's like, so I'm going to make you work, big boy. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to get nothing easy. I'm going to be on the outside. I'm going to kick your knees. I'm going to elbow you. I'm going to clinch you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to wear on you. And let's see what type of gas tank you got. John Jones, if we look at it, John Jones is, as far as his resume, it's hard to beat his resume. Now, somebody may conquer it. I don't know if Ilia Topuria keeps knocking dudes out. He going to run out of dudes to knock out. You know what I'm saying? Right here shortly. I mean, he's got the list of lists of skulls on his wall right now. But you talk about John Jones' career, man, he ain't do nothing but fight tough mofos his whole career, pretty much. I mean, about everybody he fought was a contender or either the champion if he wasn't the champion. I mean, that was it. Now, as much of a goat as he is in the ring, he's the other type of bad goat outside the ring as far as being a dumbass. He's completely an idiot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, get busted for cocaine, damn, alleged felon of drug test, PEDs, hookers and whores. I mean, it's just like DUIs. It's like, damn, man. You know. But I guess you got to liven up the activities. I think that's what it is. You think that's what it is, Corey?
I don't know.
When these people, these high status people, they go and they get in trouble, and you're like, man, that's dumb. Why would you do that and risk everything you got? You know, it's something innate within us.
I think that certain personality types have they got a thing that gets them off, whatever it is. John Jones, it's the coke and whatever else goes with his coke, right? Like he does that because it puts him in a place that he can't get anywhere else. You know what I mean? And he can't get that from anywhere else. And so he gets it from that. And that's risky every time. But here's the thing.
Okay.
I don't think it fucking matters. When you got that thing, that's your thing, and it gets you off, that's just how it is. And you're going to do what it takes to achieve that. And if that puts your entire rest of your life at stake, then so be it. That's just how it is.
Okay.
It's like not even it's like not even a thing. It's not even like they had to sit and make a decision. It's how do I do this and keep it separate from everything else, right? That's it.
Okay.
And then it just happens to spill over when you get pulled over by the cops and you got the hooker and the blow in the car, right? Then it spills over, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. Like, if you got the money and you want to be able to do your thing and not answer to anybody and get arrested and it's no big fucking deal. Like, you just can't be doing what you're doing. You can't be in the UFC. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one or the other. And at some point in time, they're going to conflict.
Right. And that's the issue. That's a lot of that's the reason why he stayed outside the ring because of shit outside of the ring.
Right. And to me, it's no different like when they catch cops picking up hookers and stuff in the stings. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck they do for a living. They got to get their rocks off, and this is how it goes, right? So it's no different.
How slow is this, though, Corey? I mean, this is what I'm trying to figure out. As a police officer, I could pick up a hooker, and then I'm going to fuck her while I'm on duty? In the cop car?
There's two methods. There's two. The way I see it, there's two different ways of thinking about that. You got the kind of cop who, from the jump, is like, oh my God, I'm going to get fired. Right. And that's
Okay.
the logical cop, right? That's how you want it to be. But then there's the guy who's I'm the cop. I've seen this a lot with sergeants, because sergeants, they get a lot of freedom. Lieutenants don't want to leave the office ever. They sit in the fucking office. So sergeants are the man out on the fucking road. So they can kind of do what they want. If they want to stop off and have donuts for 2 hours, no one's going to say shit to them as long as everybody's doing their job. You know what I mean? So sergeants I have seen a bunch of sergeants totally get fucked because of picking up chicks. There's 3 things that'll sink a police career: money, booze, and women. You know, and so, or you can put drugs in with the booze, right? But those are vices that people can't live without, and they're willing to sacrifice everything for them. You know?
Yeah, but banking some hooker out there, while on duty.
We had a sergeant who was...
It's like the Megan Hall thing.
We had a sergeant who was on for 23 years. Everyone loved him. He was the best. Like, if you got out with a call and shit needed a sergeant, he would come out there and he would kick everyone's ass for you and then ask you, okay, what did you have? You know what I mean? Like, he was one of those guys. Everybody loved him. And he was after 23 years. He only had like 3 or 4 years to go, and he would get his full pension and all that stuff. And he fucking went on midnight shift, and they just noticed he was going up over the border to the Clearwater was just north of us. And there was a line, and this is us and that's them. And it started like he would take a 15-minute break and he'd be out of the jurisdiction only by like a couple 100 feet. You know, then he would take a lunch and he'd be on lunch in that same place, you know, and then it started that like he would call back in from lunch, but then he'd still be there for like another hour. And one time he double parked this cruiser, his cop car. He double parks it. And a Clearwater cop pulls up and sees it and calls on the radio and says, hey, we got a Largo cop just sitting double parked here. Can you figure out what's going on? So then it gets called down to the fucking station and logged in the system that he's double parked up there. And then the Clearwater cop goes up to the door because it's the address of a known prostitute up there and knocks on the door. The hooker opens the door and our sergeant is like putting his shirt on in the background. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro. When they don't like you, they fuck with you and they take your pension and make your fucking, and they fire you. But if you're one of the good old boys, you just get to resign early. And that's what he did. He took the I'm going to retire early thing. And so.
Well, you know what he was probably looking for.
Oh, I forgot to mention he was married to one of the detectives that we worked with. His wife was a detective upstairs with us.
So they were in the same department.
Yeah,
he was the road
sergeant. He was a road sergeant. She was in detectives.
Oh, okay. So technically, we wouldn't get no quid pro quo on that.
Yeah, that's fine there.
The quid pro quo.
But yeah, that shit didn't work out.
Different departments per se. Because you can't. Man, there's been a many a company that got taken down by a little quid pro quo.
Right, and they got another one. Then we had another sergeant. He was a guy who like went out for sergeant like 4 times, and he was always borderline, but he was always kind of a fuck up, so they never made him a sergeant. But after like the 4th or 5th time, the chief was like, give him a shot, and so they gave it to him. And he ended up getting fired because they hired this chick. Okay, there's always amongst the female hirees, there's always a fucking badge bunny, holster sniffer, chick who just wants to suck that cop's dick. And they get in there just because they like that whole thing. So this chick comes in. Her name was Stephanie. I forget her last name. She got in there and within like a month fucked like 6 dudes at the department. And the sergeant, yeah, I was pissed because if I'd have known that, I'd have fucked her too. So
I said I would have got in too.
I was on midnight shift with her. And I was on midnight shift with her. I interact with her. It would have been a done deal. So. But our sergeant, he fucking got caught because he was Skyping with her and they were doing shit on the Skype. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Say it ain't so.
It is so.
Oh man, what they call that? Live vid, a little live vid, masturbating.
Here's the deal. When you're a cop and you want to keep your job, you literally have to live like a saint when you're not at fucking work. You're not fucking around with your wife. You're not doing any drugs. You're not drinking excess. If you really care about your career, you're going to fucking live that life at home. And most people don't have a problem with that. Most people who are cops do that.
I think one of the things is that, especially for us men, sometimes we're trying to bust what I like to call one of those low pressure nuts. Okay. And I know I see in your face, she's like a low pressure nut. So whenever you in there with your lady, okay, and let's say it's the first time, or maybe you're trying to impress the girl, you trying to go in and put in some good work, okay, to make sure she get where she needs to be. All right, and a lot of times, and well, most of the time, all the pressure is on you to perform. Okay, you got to put this performance in. All right, when sometimes you're just trying to go in there and I'm just trying to let one loose, a low pressure one. You know what I'm saying? We understand what we're doing here. Like I think one of the things that a guy loves to hear is like, you want to come get something real quick. You're like, "Whew, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can go right in there, you just do your thing, you be like, man, this was great. Other times you're like, okay, I need to go in here, I need to make sure I'm doing a good job. Let me make sure I rub this, rub that. Let me lick here, lick there. Are you there? Did you make it? No, maybe not. I'm unsure. You know what I'm saying?
Fill out this
You know,
questionnaire.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're like, because you want them to come back. You know what I'm saying? Especially like the first time. That's a high pressure nut. Okay, that's what I call those. First go around, you try to get in there. You might even rub one out before they get there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, this needs to be good because I want her to come back. Okay, so I got a lot of pressure on me. This is like Game 7 of the NBA Finals. All right. It's like your first Game 7, all right? And you're like, your hands are sweaty. You're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Butthole tight. You're like, man, I need to go in here. And I need to do that work. So I see a lot of times when guys go out and they're married or whatever, or they're seeing this girl, but every once in a while it's like, man, I just want to go blow off some steam. You know what I'm saying? A low pressure one. Just say, hey, you understand? I'm just here to get this one off real quick, and we both can go our separate ways.
And don't do it with coke and a hooker if you have a high pressure job.
There it is. You see what I'm saying? So I mean, that's the whole premise there.
Here's the deal, like these guys, I'm telling you, guys like John Jones, they tell you if you got a choice, hey, you can have the multi-million-dollar career or you can have the coke and hookers. He'll tell you to your face he'll take the multi-million-dollar career, but then he'll weasel and figure out how to get that without anybody knowing. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of guy John Jones is.
This is true. So, I mean, go career in the octagon.
I think they think they're smarter than the system.
You feel like once you've made enough money that you're almost above the system, that you are the system, even though there is a whole world that operates outside of you and what you do. So I think that's kind of the premise there, and we see that with a lot of people who have what they call FU money. All right.
I want some of that.
They try to, yeah, and so they feel like they're above the quote unquote law, and so they start taking risks because 9 times out of 10, as long as they don't kill anybody, they can kind of get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Via who they are, unless you take somebody out, or if you get caught up in some trafficking or something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's some issues there if you step on the wrong toes. But we see this all the time. I remember one of my favorite baseball players, Miguel Cabrera. He had a drinking issue, and man's made millions upon millions of dollars. I mean, probably made $500, $600, $700 million in his baseball career. And they called him one night. Man was just sitting on the side of the road with a Jack Daniels bottle in his hand, sitting in the car drinking. And they're like, man, what you doing? So I'm drinking. It's like, I gotta take you to jail, man. I mean, the car running. I mean, you're sitting in the driver's seat with the bottle. It's like, come on, man. But it's like, even though they got the money and they can go out and they could pay somebody to drive them and they can get as blasted as they want to, it's like, I don't know, something about, I guess that takes away from the thrill of the situation.
So, having money, I think, is obviously it's a good thing, but it's a double-edged sword at the same time. So, I love fucking vintage Star Wars figures. We could talk vintage Star Wars figures from now till the end of time. All the different variants and card backs and everything like that. And I fucking love it. And for me to acquire like a set of the first 12 Star Wars figures, it'd cost me a solid amount of money. A lot of money. It'd be something I'd have to work hard for the next 10, 20 years if I genuinely wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But if I'm a millionaire, I can go out and get it in 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Where's the fucking challenge? Where is when you can literally snap your fingers and have everything like that? How do you put value on anything at all?
Yeah, the meaning of life. That's why they go into crazy debt. That's why they go into crazy debt. Just to feel that pressure. And End Imperialism on Rumble asks if you have a high pressure job, Corey.
What?
If you have a high pressure job.
Okay, let me put it this way. If I don't fucking work every goddamn day, I don't fucking eat. All right, here. It is July 11th. It's July 11th, okay? I have around $150 in my combined bank accounts to last me till the end of the month. And I have at least $75 or $80 in credit card charges that are going to be deducted between now and then. So, do I have a high pressure fucking job? You goddamn right I do.
So most definitely. Man, it's the highest of pressure. Man, this is old type hunter-gatherer type damn pressure. You know what I'm saying?
I live in a constant state of anxiety. I denied it for many years, but I came to realize I live in a constant state of anxiety. I never knew what anxiety was because I was in it all the time, and I didn't realize it. Fuck.
Man, we're bringing up repressed stuff. He also asked why you want a third eye. I said because you didn't have a ride.
Oh, you didn't have a ride. I don't have a car because I'm fucking poor. There we go. I had no way to get there. I couldn't take my motorcycle because if you ever saw the roads between Denver and fucking Fort Collins, you'd shit yourself. They're terrible. Like
some of those state taxes don't go to those roads, man, to get them right.
I live in like the second most communist state in the fucking country. That money goes to immigrants.
It's the second most. Well, it might be the third. I would probably go California, New York, and then you.
Oh yeah, and maybe even Oregon too. It's up there tied with. Like,
yeah,
Oregon.
yeah. So probably fourth.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad.
That's what we'll probably go. That's what we'll probably go. Probably go fourth. If we're doing a ranking system here. But I mean, you got all the fine women down there, but you know what I'm saying? Down there in Fort Collins. That's what you got.
You're fucking kidding. This fucking place is like it's mid city.
You said it's a college town.
Yeah, I swear to God, I pictured college towns with girls that look like the hot girls in Revenge of the Nerds. Remember how the Lambdas kept going after the super hot girls? I pictured college as like also those super hot girls. It's not. Trust me on that one. It is fucking not. Not in here anyway. Not in Wokeville, USA. That's the only thing I really dislike about Colorado because it's fucking, it's gorgeous. The weather here is great. I love the cold. I love the fucking snow. The mountains. I can look out my window and I got mountains right there. It's fucking awesome. But it's run by a bunch of fucking woke retards. You see, the hippies, it was hippie when I got here in like 2018. What did I get here? 2014. It was like your normal Colorado weed smoking people going to fish concerts and shit. Over time, I saw them develop into the blue hair fucking fascists. And, yeah, it's wild.
Question is, why is the hair always blue?
It's part of the social engineering, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess technically, if Democrat, liberal, their color of choice is blue. So I mean, I guess that would be some reason in there. But I've noticed that a lot of the blue hairs. Um, when I see a guy with blue hair, I really keep my eyes open. You know what I'm saying? When the dude's got blue hair, I'm like, okay, ooh. I mean, we got one that's far gone. You know, I understand women dyeing their hair, but when dudes start dyeing their hair blue, I'm like, yeah, you need to watch out for him. He be gluing his fucking hand to the road, trying to keep you from going to work. You know what I'm saying? It'll be that
Throwing
guy.
soup on the Mona Lisa and shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he be out there cutting up. You be like, dude, it ain't that serious. All right. I mean, the Just Stop Oil people, they out there damn knocking out the uh knocking out the window right there where you can see how much gas you pumping over. I said, isn't that vandalism? Like, that ain't your shit, man.
You see, back in the day, you did some shit like that. The owner came out with a baseball bat and you went to the hospital and everything was hunky-dory again. You need to go back to those times.
Yeah.
I think on paper, you're allowed to protect your property with physical force. But the fucking faggot communists who run the show these days will find some way to charge you nonetheless.
It's like, well, you protected it a little bit too much, okay? You know what I'm saying? We can't have you protecting your property like that. So the folks always say, man, let them take it. I was just like, I mean, are you going to let them take everything? It's like, damn, I mean, if I let them take everything, I mean, what's the point here? When I got no recourse, they get no repercussions, or they get taken to jail for a few days and then get released. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get shit like Death Wish, Charles Bronson. You know what I'm saying? That's what the shit looks like. Now, it don't end like Charles Bronson where he kills 50 people in a damn movie. But
You know something, man? I was watching clips. On YouTube, they got people who put up channels that are just movie clips. I ended up watching like 4 clips from Death Wish. And then I watched the clip from like Death Wish 4. And holy shit. The dude like stole the purse and he was running down the street. He was like a football field away. And he just shot him like this in the back. Boom! Oh man, the dude went rolling in like 1980s
Clean them up,
glory.
Boy. Clean them up. I'm gonna tell you right now, Charles Bronson. It's like, dog, you had a rough life. Everybody you ever loved got killed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know how you ever loved again.
And then he did the Exterminator, which was like, it was like Death Wish, like on steroids. Same thing. His family gets killed and he goes out and murders everybody.
Yeah. Now they had the newer one that they had done with Bruce Willis, but I don't think it was as good as the originals, as the OGs.
Let's take a look at Mr. Bronson's illustrious career. Let me see.
Hell, I just know him from Death Wish. I think he did anything else.
Oh God, that guy did like 100 movies.
Yeah, but he is Death Wish. Because Corey, like, your actors used to be.
Oh my God, he had so many movies and TV. Like
Bronson is Death Wish. Clint Eastwood is Dirty Harry in the Western. Right. Then Bruce Willis is what was his damn series he had? Die Hard.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it looks like Charles Bronson really had a lot of Western TV series, and then he did a bunch of movies. Battle of the Bulge. He did the FBI, which was he was on one episode of the FBI. So he did a bunch of one-offs on TV shows, a lot of war movies and Westerns, it seems like. And that's all the way up to 72. Holy shit. And he did the Valachi Papers. He played Joe Valachi in 72. That's pretty cool. And The Mechanic. The Mechanic was in 72. He was a
assassin
in that one. The guy's face
the remake they did with Jason Statham.
Yeah. It just looks hard as a rock. Death Wish, 1974.
That's what put him on the map. Charles Bronson is Death Wish. That's what he is. Like Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible.
And then he did Death Hunt in 81. I don't know what that is. Death followed by Death Wish 2. Oh, The Evil That Men Do. My dad took me to see that in the movies. I remember that being really violent.
Yeah,
My dad took me
I
to
mean,
some
but
fucked up shit when I was young.
yeah, but you see, like we can go like, and I think that's what the issue is now is that you don't have people maintaining their iconic roles for multiple movies, and so it just seems like you don't have any movie stars. Like, like I said, Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. You know, Chris Hemsworth is Thor.
So I got thrown
Uh,
for a loop because I didn't realize this, but RoboCop 3 didn't have Peter Weller as RoboCop. It had some generic dude.
yeah,
I was like, wait a minute. That's like a slippery slope to you having like 20 sequels that have nothing to do with the original.
exactly.
Like
And that's the issue.
Hellraiser, man. Hellraiser had like a solid 6 movies or something like that with the main dude, and then they switched it to another dude, and then there was like 10 other Hellraisers that sucked.
All right. That's like, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is Axel Foley. You know what I'm saying? Like they got iconic roles, and you're like, yes, I envision him as that. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's my issue that I'm having with Pedro Pascal. Like, they put him in too much shit. Like, they're overusing him now.
Here's the deal, man. You can't have the fucking hero of the thing as a manly man be some gay dude on this real life because people will know the shit's fake. It's like you got to maintain the kayfabe. Like back in the day, the fucking good guy wrestlers were barred from like eating and socializing with the bad guy wrestlers. You couldn't do it under any circumstances, right? You had to maintain your image. What happened to that shit? Where'd maintaining your image go? When did Hollywood lose that? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Pedro Pascal, he's just like every big movie now, they just stick him in there. And I'm just like, or TV show. It's just like, I mean.
And it was even worse because the other dude who they were trying to make the macho lead role was his boyfriend, the other gay dude. Who are you fooling, Hollywood?
I mean, that's who they keep because I mean, you got to think he's Fantastic Four. He's the guy. When everybody was wanting, was it John Krasinski? The guy who got noodled in Multiverse of Madness. That's who everybody wanted. They was like, oh man, you know, he's gonna be Mr. Fantastic. And then all of a sudden they make the Fantastic Four, and it's like, oh no, we're gonna make Pedro Pascal the Mr. Fantastic.
Did you see Fantastic Four yet?
No, it hadn't came out yet. It comes out.
Oh, it ain't come out yet. Okay.
Superman came out today.
Today, okay, I should really spend the money and go see that shit. How much does it go to a movie? Like $30?
No, nigga. Go in the morning, man. Stop playing games.
All right.
If you go in the morning, man, they give you like 40% off. You can get in there for like $8. You know what I'm saying? So that's value. That's what we're looking.
So here's the thing. Let's just be honest. That original by normal movie standards of the day, that fucking Fantastic Four that came out a while ago was dog shit. Okay?
Oh yeah, it was bad. The one with Michael B. Jordan and all them, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, fuck Michael B. Jordan. The one before that. The original Fantastic Four with fucking.
You talking about with Jessica Alba?
Yes.
And Chris Evans, who was who's Human Torch. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. I didn't even know that one you're talking about existed until I just remembered it. So that's how bad that was. So, but that original one was terrible for its day. It was not a good movie in its day. We're going to look back at that as a great action superhero classic compared to what we're going to get out of this Fantastic Four.
I mean, you think that's the case? They're bringing in Galactus, though.
I hate when they rewrite history and they make bad movies good because the new shit is so bad, which they're doing a really good job of doing.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's pretty terrible.
And we got another Dracula fucking movie. Like, we needed another Dracula fucking movie.
You always need Dracula movies.
Motherfucker, we just had Nosferatu, which was pretty good as far as Dracula movies go. And we don't need another one.
Well, I mean,
At least they're not going to be bad. At least it'll probably be a decent movie. Just like Nosferatu was actually a decent movie.
well, you see, that's what you're looking for. But yeah, I think Superman's gotten some good reviews so far.
Ben Shapiro didn't like it for some reason. He's going to do an episode on how he didn't like it.
Yeah, of course, some people haven't liked it.
He probably didn't fucking say that Israel was awesome, so he didn't like it.
Well, I ain't going. That might be the case. So what we got? So we got 82% from the critics and 94% from the audience. That's what we got.
For Superman?
And from what I understand, this movie just starts. Like, it just goes in. Like, there ain't no, oh, it's this little boy from Krypton, and Krypton got destroyed. And here he is. He lands in the, it don't go through all. It's just like, hey, I'm Superman. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. And we're doing shit. Like, immediately.
That's
So,
good. Not everything has to have an origin story.
Right. This is, yeah, because we already know it. This is the start of the DC universe, James Gunn's DC universe. This is the beginning. First movie. First entry. This is it. So, this is the takeoff point for the DC universe. So, I mean,
I hope it sets a good tone. Like, I hear it's kind of I heard it was a good comic book movie. Like, it was comic book tongue in cheek in parts, like, especially with like Superdog and stuff.
Right. That is true. Somebody said it was like almost like didn't take itself seriously at times.
Because that fucking one, because that one with what's his name, with fucking the Witcher guy.
Oh, Man of Steel.
Okay, those movies are almost so serious. Like, I don't want to watch them. You know what I mean? Like,
It's dead serious.
I don't want nothing. Like, it's like painfully serious.
There's some pain involved in the seriousness. It's like,
I don't like watching that movie. It's just, it's like cold and futuristic and not enjoyable. You know, it's like it should be, but it's just not.
It is cold because he's got to snap my man's neck because he's going to laser beam the little girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, oh, Superman killed someone. I was like, had Superman killed people before? Like, I was missing something on that one. I was like, when he punches folks, like,
so
you know what I'm
in
saying?
all of the Superman stuff, in all the Superman stuff that we've seen, how is there no real debate over whether or not Superman can fly backwards so fast around the Earth that the Earth spins the other way and therefore time reverses, and how reasonable that is? Why is that?
Well, they got to leave that to the Flash. They can't have Superman taking over that.
Well, he did
that to the Flash.
He did that in the very first Superman movie when he turned back time to save Lois Lane and all that stuff from falling in the crevice.
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm. It's never been addressed, but that's not very logical.
Well, you don't like the time travel stuff anyway.
I like time travel, but nobody ever does it. Right? I have a theory on time travel that if you travel through time backwards, any action that you take, period, no matter what it is, will result in it causing the timeline to prevent you from going back, and therefore everything will revert. It cancels itself out. That's my theory on time travel. You can't do it because the paradox will always cancel itself out.
Hold on. So you saying if you go back, because technically when you go back, as we see in movies, like, you see yourself.
Right.
Correct?
So, right. Like Back to the Future kind of thing.
Mm-hmm, right.
I'm more of the mind that if you go back in time, there's another way a second way to look at it, which could make sense. That if you were to go back in time, you could never possibly change anything because it's already been done. All you could do is participate in it. Meaning the result of the time travel you were already born as a result of the paradox and the time travel, so you can't change anything. You can only participate in what will be. No matter what you do, that will have been what was happening before, right? So you can't change a thing ever. That's one theory. I believe,
which is why the machines keep losing in Terminator. Because you're trying to go back and change something, but you can't change it. It's going to happen.
Possibly, yeah. Something along those lines. But I think more along the lines of if you make any change whatsoever, even like stepping on a flower or something, like it will cause reverberations that will lead to you never having gone back in time in the first place. Like it will erase its own self that way. And therefore that timeline will basically just life will proceed as normal and you will not have done anything. Your trip will have never have happened. It can't have happened, right? So it will have eliminated itself in the process of doing it. If that makes sense. Like it starts the slate fresh every time. So the trip becomes null.
Yeah, because usually if you're going back in time, you're going back to change something in your life more than likely.
Right.
To attempt to change something in your life. So if you actually change something in your life, then you wouldn't become the person who you are right now to go back in time.
So I think like literally if we were to go back in time, there would be some like Final Destination type shit trying to cancel your shit out. Like no, straight up.
Take you out.
Like there it would not even be subtle. Like it would be such a breach of it would be such a magnanimous breach of the space-time continuum that it would be like and all that crazy shit would happen.
It's about you'd be walking around and shit just be falling all around you. You know what I'm saying? Trying to take you out.
Right.
Folks might even just start pulling out weapons trying to take you out, just chasing you.
But another theory is that if you go back in time, because of the inevitability of your changing anything, that you would disappear from your timeline, but you would fork another timeline, and then you'd have multiple timelines parallel.
Right, and that's the concept, is that once you change something, the original timeline continues to go on where you became smart and able to go back in time, but now you've branched, so now you've got your branches of timelines.
Right, like you'd go back in time, but then you'd fucking just in your timeline you'd just vanish, and that would be the last of you. And because anything you would have done, you'd have already done before you left, right? So, yeah, interesting. But see, the time travel thing, I just don't think it's possible. Not for us, because I don't think we understand time. I don't think we understand any of it. We're like fucking frogs on a goddamn lily pad, debating the universe. Like we're total morons in the scheme of things. We understand nothing. We live within the confines of our, like even sight and sound. Like light and sound waves have range like this, right? And we humans exist in this little teeny frame like this out of all of it. You know what I mean? Because of the frequency of light that our eyes can absorb, the frequencies of sound, like we can't hear a dog whistle, right? There could be motherfuckers having conversations in dog whistle tones right now that we can't fucking hear right next to me. You know what I mean? This is where this is where I think those jellyfish fucking UFOs come from. You know what I'm talking about?
Jellyfish one?
You don't know about the jellyfish UFOs?
No.
Okay. If ever there was aliens or UFOs or any weird shit in this planet, I'm somewhat confident, based on temporal evidence, that there are these jellyfish that exist all around us in another spectral frequency and frequency of not necessarily another dimension, but just out of our range of visual and auditory and all that stuff. And I say this because recently we've had reports of the jellyfish UFOs. However, a while back, my roommate, Chris, he had on his show Forbidden Knowledge News, he had a guy who did the show all about the jellyfish. And that got me looking. And so I went and looked. And I stumbled across a fucking book from like 1972. It's up on archive.org. You can dig for it and find it. And this motherfucker had the whole book on these jellyfish UFOs that he personally photographed with different spectrums on his camera, like infrared and it's like it was stunning. It was fucking stunning, the pictures that this guy took, to compare them to what we've seen recently of them talking about jellyfish UFOs. Really shocking stuff. Like, imagine if you could just change the visual frequency you could see, and all of a sudden you got like fucking jellyfish floating in your room. They're watching you when you're doing things. You know what I mean? That's some freaky, weird stuff.
You would.
You never know. But you never know.
I mean, well, you see, there's stuff like that I'm not trying to know. That stuff probably out there. You see, that's what I try to tell people, man. They look at it and they're like,
Like
oh,
there
man,
are
if
ghosts
I was
like
in...
watching you jerk off and laugh at you and stuff while you're doing it. Like who knows? I don't want to know these answers.
Man, it's like, hey, I'm just trying to bust this low pressure nut, man. Just mind your business, okay? I mean, that's just the premise there. He said, but I ain't got nobody to satisfy but me, so just mind your business, okay? That's what I'm here to do. All right, back off, Ghost. All right, over here cackling and shit. I'm a grower anyway.
But I'm really interested. Like, here's the thing. I for some reason I couldn't like give a fuck about aliens, like at all. A fucking UFO could land on the White House lawn tomorrow, and I'd be like, cool. What's on next? You know, like I genuinely couldn't give a fuck about aliens, and I don't even know why. You think it'd be like fucking profound if aliens came and we had proof of it? Like, it sounds amazing. Don't care. You know, I'm far more interested in like whether or not there's a Bigfoot than whether or not there's aliens, and I can't tell you why.
Yeah, the Bigfoot. The Bigfoot may be the alien.
I would love to fucking quit my Kennedy research and go be a full-time Bigfoot guy in the woods.
But here's the true question.
There's like no pressure to ever find anything.
Like we're always under this assumption that the aliens are gonna look like not like us. Why we got that assumption?
You saying they should look like us? Well, the Nordic aliens, the Nordic, what are they? The Nordic Aryans, right? Like they're supposed to be like 7 foot tall and blonde and beautiful, right? That's their story.
Yeah. So I mean, like every time we got aliens who were like these little gray creatures or something that's like crazy looking, you know what I'm saying? And talks in clicks and shit like that. It's like, man,
bro, if we got some like
everyday looking people.
If we got some 7 foot tall blonde aliens with big tits, the first thing we would try to do is fuck it.
Yes.
We wouldn't even run tests or diagnostics or what kind of organs you got in there. We would just take that chance.
Man, let me go and see if I can't bust one of these low pressure ones. You know what I'm saying? This is for science. You know what I'm saying? This is for science. All right. I'm not doing this for pleasure. All right. I'm doing this for science. I know what they say. Doing it for science. And look, sometimes when you're doing things for science, people die. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're doing things for science, you take advantage of people. Sometimes when you're doing things for science, you do things to something that may not want it to be done to it. But it's all in the name of science and the advancement of the human species for the betterment of all. Isn't that right?
I guess.
Because, I mean, think about all these surgeries that we do now. You know what I'm saying? Knee replacement, hip replacement. Man, when folks first started doing these, man, they ain't no way in hell the survival rate was that great. They cut a ninja open and they'd be like, all right, what we do now? It's like, well, man, stick that plastic there. Hey, man, oh, shit, he dead. You good? Oh, damn, he dead.
Bro, you go back 100 years. You go back just 100 years, like how maybe 150 years. And life didn't mean you goddamn nothing, bro. You stubbed your fucking toe and you died. You know what I mean?
It was
you was like a great grandpa at 35. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had because half your kids dead.
Boy. That's what I'm saying. It's like, yeah, that's why you had to have a litter back then. You know, we don't have to have litters now because, you know, the world is, for the most part, safe. If you want to be honest, for the most part, you're safe. Damn, 150 years ago, man, you weren't safe nowhere. All right, they'd be shit, but they'd be shit crawling in your house. You have straight up rattlesnake in your house. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you'd be on your horse and carriage, and you'd be on your horse and carriage, and someone just shoot you and take it.
You be out there getting typhus and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Typhus and scurvy.
Oh, well, what did women always died from consumption. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's like,
shit they made up in the 1800s.
Oh, she died of consumption. It's like, well, what's she consuming? Well, she got consumed. It's like, I'm confused. Is,
All right,
is this just saying
let's.
y'all don't know how fast she died? We're gonna look it up.
Let me look this shit up. I gotta know what this is.
Oh, imperialism said he's down for fucking a big titty 7-foot tall alien.
All right, the
And I'm a
reality.
chick. Oh dang, I didn't realize that. Imperialism. Okay.
We have chicks listening to this show.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, what are you doing?
We got like five. We got
Go
like
get a
five.
life or something. Listen to
5 or
us on a
6
Friday night. What the fuck? All right, so what is consumption and why don't people get it today? Consumption is still around and it's still a major problem in some parts of the world. Like an FBI informant in the Witness Protection Program, consumption changed its name, and its new name is tuberculosis. All right, there we go. It's tuberculosis.
Oh, okay. So that's okay.
Nobody gets that shit anymore either. I don't think it's real. Just like I think they just make diseases up out of nowhere. Bro, the more I go through this life, I'm almost 50 fucking years old. The more I go through this life, I think about things that I don't know about. And I'm like, I ain't never seen that. And they just tell me it's real. So I have to question it. I have no choice but to question it. Here, I'll give you another example. I'm writing this book on Oswald, right? I'm about to wrap up this first volume here.
Uh-huh.
Everyone in the fucking world thinks Lee Harvey Oswald spoke Russian. He had a book in Russian. He went to Russia. He fucking did all this communism shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we've been sold a bag of goods.
Okay.
He's not known to have spoken Russian at all before he gets to Santa Ana, which is in late December of 58, but he's really on vacation till early January. So earliest that he could ever possibly have even started to learn Russian is early January 58. However, by around January 59, by around April of 59, he's allegedly fluent in Russian, and he's talking in Russian at these like little variety shows they would do in the Marines where he would read from Russian books, allegedly. But then he goes to fucking Russia. He doesn't speak Russian one time when he's in Russia. His friends there said he only spoke English. Never spoke Russian in Russia.
Maybe
Weird,
he just wasn't confident in his Russian.
And then he
wasn't confident.
Then he comes back to the States, and the only people who tell us he speaks Russian are Ruth Payne and Marina, who are both lying fucking scumbags. So where's the evidence that he spoke Russian ever?
Do we know they're lying scumbags?
They're lying scumbags.
Do we know they're lying
and they're both whores.
Okay. Oh man, that's a double triple.
Well, at least to the government. I think female spies in Russia were literally like trained to sleep with everybody. I think that was part of their shtick. I'm not even joking. I think the Russian women, like Marina's dead inside. You look at her pictures, any of her pictures, and those eyes are someone who's seen a lot of trauma. Like I'm sure the standard MO for female recruits in the Russian KGB in 1950s and 60s was like our equivalent of MK Ultra. I have no fucking doubts because she is a dead human being on the inside. So
when you say seen a lot of trauma, you talking about like the 1,000 Cock Stare?
That or forced to kill people or kill animals or forced to do weird shit. Like they're like Kingsman kind of shit.
Okay. Yeah, wild like that.
So yeah, I think that's reality. And so yeah, so we've been sold a bag of goods. I'm looking right now. That's the next thing on my agenda because I'm about to get to Oswald in Russia and I got to figure this shit out. And so I don't think Oswald spoke Russian ever. There's no evidence that he spoke fucking Russian ever. There's not a single audio recording of him speaking Russian. And all the
maybe
people
he spoke some loose Russian, some loose.
I mean, he had to have at some point. Had to. I mean, I don't understand his alleged. There's another thing. His diary is like half English, half Russian in code, so to speak. But it was found at the Beckley boarding house, which I can tell you he never lived at, which means the book was planted, which means he probably didn't write the fucking thing, right? So, yeah, I can't. I have to put my sights on this full time, but I don't believe he spoke Russian. I think we've been sold another bag of goods. So, just like everything in life, that applies to goddamn everything. Like, think real hard about the shit that you know. How do you know it, and is it really fucking true? I don't know.
I don't claim to know anything. I don't make claims of knowing anything. I look at stuff and then I speak about it. Whether I know anything or not, that's to be determined. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you go and like, folks tell you like, oh yeah, there's however many planets. Well, Pluto was a planet at one time, but now it's not a planet. So it's just like, it just kind of fucks up your whole childhood.
So here's the fuck up thing. Like, Pluto's been around for billions of years. The Earth's been around for billions of years. It's going to be around for billions of more years. And it was only a planet for like 40 of those. Something seems fishy about that.
Yeah, so it's just like all of what you know is what you're told. Some of what you know is what you've experienced.
Right.
But most things of what you believe you know has been taught to you.
Right.
So technically, I mean, if we get honest, I mean, we don't even scratch the surface of, what's actually out there. And mainly because, our brain's not fully unlocked where we can handle all that shit. And I see it all the time when motherfuckers can't multitask. I just be looking at it and I'll be like, hey, stick to one task. And when people say shit to you, write it down so you remember it. Because you cannot do more than one thing at a time. It's just all there is to it.
I think they've proven that, like, it's not possible to, like, mentally multitask. Like, your conscious mind can't do it. Like, you can't count to 10 and do your ABCs at the same time in your head. It's not possible.
Right. Now, what you can do is you can recall things that you need to do, which is something totally different. So your brain is able to gather the information around it. It's like, okay, I've got this task I need to do. I've got this task, and this task. And 30 minutes later, I won't forget the task that I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Something won't pop up, but then all of a sudden, everything gets deleted. You know what I'm saying? Like an old floppy disk.
Like it's like a short-term scheduler? Like we're better at short-term scheduling than anything else. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it'd be like the old school floppy disk, or like you have to rewrite over it because it couldn't handle but like one Word document.
Well, yeah, but the weird thing is, like, the older I get, once that day is passed and the things that were on the to-do list get done, once a couple days go by, like, I have a hard time recalling if it was just a couple days ago or 2 weeks ago. Like, it all becomes a jumble of past the older I get.
Oh, well, people do that all the time. They'd be like, yeah, man, I was just in, 2 months ago. And I was looking at it, I was like, dog, you were here a year and a half ago. They're like, what? I'm like, nigga, did you time travel or something? You okay? Did you black out? Somebody need to help this man out. You know what I'm saying? Help this woman out. They talking about they were just here 2 months ago. No, it was a year and a half ago. Ain't no way. I'm like, I'm looking right at it. Yeah. I mean, that's you. That's you. And folks can't recall when there were places, bud. Yeah, man, y'all did something for me last year. I look up there, it was 4 years ago. I said, man, you ain't been here in a while. I said, look, you trying to do too much at one time, okay? All right. And that's the issue. And I look around at people, and exceptional people are able to, log all this stuff back and then able to recall it later, on the drop of a whim. And that, I tell people that I don't believe that I'm smart. I just learn stuff really quickly, and I'm able to recall stuff that maybe should have been deleted a long time ago. That's it. I just feel like I'm able to learn quick. I don't think I'm smart at all. It's just that, like, I get in the task, I kind of get the gist of it, fake it till you make it, boom, I'm in there. Now all of a sudden I sound like I know what I'm doing. That's it to a T. Like folks will come up and they'll talk to me about the car and all that, and they're like, man, dang, man, how long did you work on cars? I was like, I've never worked on a car a day in my life. I said, what do you mean? So I won't even get underneath one and change the oil. Like, if you ask me to do something to your car, I'm not doing it. I'm not touching your car. Like, I don't work on them. It's like, but how you know all this? It's like, I just listen to people. And then stuff gets repetitive. And then things kind of, come back to you, certain situations. I've helped technicians out there. They're sitting there like, oh, yeah, I need this and this on this car. I said, are you sure? Because we had a similar situation like that 4 years ago where it was a burnt terminal on a fuse block in the back of the vehicle that was causing the fuel pump not to get any type of fuel pressure. They're like, what? I say, yeah, go look back there. And I go look back there and it's like, man, how'd you know that? I just recall stuff, dude. That's it. Like, I just log stuff back. I'm like, yeah, I might need that later. You know what I'm saying? So I just learn quick. Whatever I'm doing, I can learn it quickly.
Well, some people
To be
believe that your
proficient
memory
enough.
and recall like that is not limited to your own brain. Like that information is out there in the ether.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, man, what we got up here? What kind of niggas we got up here on the YouTube? I got some Calamon S9R said, "Why does the black guy sound like a white MAGA voter?" What? 'Cause I've got a country accent, dog. That's what it is. Like, what's the deal with this MAGA stuff? Like it's like every time I see it, it almost irks me. It's just like they believe that you're just part of some type of cult. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the MAGAs. Oh, you're the MAGAs. I'm just like, dog. Just because I sound country don't mean I'm a MAGA. Okay? You know, the people who are straight MAGA, that's like Donald Trump and nothing else. Okay? I don't see any of his faults. I don't see, all I see is that he's great. Whatever he says is gold. We roll with it. Okay? Do I think Donald Trump has done some good things? Yes, I do. He's also done some dumbass things, okay? And the number one dumbass thing that he ever did in his life happened in fucking March 15th of 2020. Okay? And then he one-upped it when he signed $6.2 trillion worth of damn death debt in April of 2020. That was the beginning of our end, right then and there. That was the fold-up. Now, would a MAGA person say that? No. They wouldn't recall that shit. And so why do I sound like this? It's because I hung around a bunch of white people when I was young. That's it. I mean, that's all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from like a country area of North Carolina, so that's why I sound like this. So Calamon, that is the deal there. But Corey, I want to get on that final topic. Seeing how we talking about the government, we got some people that's a little pissed off. All right, Epstein files causing some tension out here.
Look, these people with the Epstein files,
extreme tension.
They need to cut their shit, okay? Epstein has no evidence he trafficked children. There's no evidence he was part of the Mossad. There's no evidence he blackmailed anybody. I don't see what the big deal is.
Exactly. Here's what the deal is, okay? And I've been talking about this with people at work. And what I personally think about the Epstein deal is that I think is way deeper than any type of trafficking. I think trafficking is just like an outer layer, and there's so much more deep shit on the interior that they can't put the shit out, because the issue is that people are like, oh, they're going to put names out. Nobody gives a fuck about the names people know. They give a fuck about the names people don't know, and they don't want people looking at those names. That's the premise.
Well, I think a big part of this, and I'm not the Epstein expert at all. Honestly, if it happened after 1968, I generally don't give a fuck. But it seems as though Epstein was connected to business leaders for more reasons than just blackmail. Like, he was probably an insider connecting other Mossad front companies that did things in tech or whatever, and connected them to mainstream projects. That was probably a big part of what he did. I have a feeling...
He was an asset.
He was just an asset, right. And so the child trafficking thing was probably a drop in the bucket compared to everything else going on. It was one big gear in the machine, right? But there was a machine going on with other things happening that, while may not be even directly compromising with the child trafficking stuff, but there may be some proof of like corporate level espionage or corporate blackmail or weird patent shit that we don't know about that is a big deal behind the scenes. Or, I have a feeling that's the whole network and machinery is underneath of that is really what can't get out, and it's a slippery slope leading to these things.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, so every time, so that's why you see all these people get caught for sex trafficking and they ain't trafficked to nobody. Because the sex trafficking ain't the thing. For me, when I hear about sex trafficking, I think about orphans, homeless women, stuff like that getting picked up that people are not going to miss. And they're gone. And when I say they're gone, they're gone. They don't get picked up and it's like, oh, well, I'm going to take you back home and then you can talk about all this to your friends. That sounds weird and suspect to me. Okay? If I'm trying to run a tight ship here, then you don't go home. Like the end game is like you don't go home unless you have some type of epic escape where you kill us.
Well, it's
all
weird
right?
because a whole bunch of the girls, I guess, who were flown to Epstein Island did go on to, like, they were allowed to leave and they were paid money
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which is weird.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you can go home. It's like, hold on, you just seen all these people that supposedly took advantage of you. Like, you've got eyes on them. And these are supposed to be, like, high-ups and, like, this could cause a big sting. And you just gonna let them go to the house? Yeah, don't tell nobody, okay? I'm just gonna take you back home, though. I mean, we trust you. What?
Well, honestly,
like, hold on, something ain't adding up.
Bribery is a real easy way to keep people's mouths shut. Realistically,
It is, but yeah, but okay. So, do I want to depend on that? Okay. So that's the premise of what we got. Okay, so we got the bribery aspect, but then the bribery aspect turns into like, well, that deal we had, I'm nixing that deal. Now all of a sudden they get taken out. Now people are looking even more because now you don't want to pay them more money and all that. Like it's just it's too much. Like if I'm thinking, I'm thinking as a villain. Okay, I'm thinking as a villain. You've seen my face. You've seen what we did. You've seen what we did to other people. But I'm gonna let you go home and I'm gonna risk my entire operation just because, I gave you some money, so I figure it'd be okay. You ain't gonna tell nobody. Like that's taking a big risk. Especially if you got all these names and all these big name people and everything that's involved in it. Because they have to sign off on it as well. That it's just okay for them to go home. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you just think about this. If you're the president of the United States and you went down there and you took advantage of some 11-year-old girl, and it's like, yeah, we're going to send her back to the house. Oh, okay, sounds good. What? What? Like that don't even add up. So that's why I just think that he was just straight intelligence. Oh man. I just believe he was straight intelligence. And the stuff that he was involved in, whenever Pam Bondi and Cash Patel and Bongino, which they're saying right now, Bongino and Cash Patel are talking about resigning over the whole deal, potentially. But whenever they saw the shit and they read through it, they were like, okay, can't put that out there. Because here's the deal. We don't grasp it, and I'm not over here making excuses for elites. We don't grasp it because we're not in a position. But when you're in those positions of power, sometimes everybody knowing the information is not what's best for the country or the world in large.
I understand
because
that
a lot of people can't handle it.
I get that completely. But at the same time, it's that attitude that makes people want to bust out the guillotine and brings you about another French Revolution.
Makes certain people want to bust out the guillotine. We're in too much of an entertainment-driven world right now for there to be a mass amount of people to want to bust out the guillotine.
Bro.
If you want to be honest.
then we need to create the Running Man and put these people in the Running Man. Anthony Fauci is the most wanted man in America on the next Running Man.
Yeah, that's it right there. You know what they say, Corey? The saying is heavy as the crown. Heavy as the crown, Corey. And like I said, I'm not making excuses for these people, but my God, man, if you were in certain situations where you knew information, maybe you had to make a call, and maybe the call got this whole town over here destroyed, kids and all. But by you making that one call, you saved 1 million people over here. Maybe you killed 10,000 people here, and it saved 1 million people over here. Calls such as that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so when I hear shit like that, that's all. The first thing I come to realize is that's all speculation.
Well, yeah, it is speculation. In theory. In theory. But, you know, us as humans, we do make certain calculations in our head. And then some stuff is just nefarious in nature. I'm not gonna take that away from them. Some of them is just plain evil. You know, and I think we got a little bit of that going on right now with this all of a sudden extreme weather in just areas where it's not usually that extreme. Like where in Texas, where all of a sudden like it started raining and 20 minutes later it's it's a fucking damn typhoon and shit coming through there and sweeping everything away. Just happened right here recently in North Carolina. Like it's just raining one night, and then all of a sudden they wake up and all the downtown Durham and Chapel Hill and shit's underwater. It's like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh yeah, you know, water facility, we can't quite, you know, get it going right now and get this water thing straight. It's like, what do you mean? It's almost like somebody took their hand off the damn, off the button and just released the dam. They just pulled it right on up. That's what this shit looks like. And we know this. I mean, we know that they're able to fuck with the weather, and I think that's what they're doing in areas. Without a doubt.
I don't understand the weather modification stuff well enough to even comment on it at all. I just don't know. People talk about like the ripples in the sky, you know, or like the ripples in the clouds or fucking HAARP and stuff like that, you know. But then you see a picture from like 1900 and you see the ripples in the clouds in the sky the same, and it's like whatever, you know. So who the fuck knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in imperialism said when you create people who have nothing to lose, they will take an oligarchy out. Yes, they will, until they decide to vote another one back in, and they will, because it's our human nature to
voting
do so.
Is so stupid. Like it's the whole system is so stupid. Like there's no such thing as democracy. Our Congress is a fucking joke. That's what we do, though, man.
That's what we do.
No, it's not. We fucking were led by kings for thousands of years.
Oh, well,
single rulers for thousands of years. It's in our fucking blood. Okay? It's in our blood.
Yeah, to have a single ruler.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why people embraced, like when Hitler came around, people embraced him. You know what I mean? They wanted a strong ruler to lead everyone. That's what everyone really wants. They want that fucking benevolent dictator is what everyone really wants. So this whole Congress shit is stupid. Yeah. It's a big grift. Like, fuck these people to death. Like, literally, like I said, get rid of Congress and invade Poland.
Where'd that second one come from? Invade Poland. Where'd that one come from? Congress invade Poland. What happens after that?
Oh, you know, then we get beaten by the Russians.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, imperialism's right. You know, that they end up taking the oligarchy out. That's usually when it comes to the point where, you know, they can't eat and shit no more. And so people usually have to have absolutely nothing to lose. Like they're already going hungry. They ain't no clean water. And they're like, okay, well,
that was the standard once upon a time, but I think the standard is different now. Like they can't get their Starbucks or their iPhones, and they'd riot over that.
Oh, you think somebody might cut up over that one?
Possibly.
Okay. The iPhone. Have the iPhones went up in price? I seen that we're in a surplus last month, $27 billion.
So here, let me give
27
you.
billion
Let me
surplus,
clue you in on something
allegedly.
about. You want a good cell phone? Go buy a Chinese cell phone. Go buy a Chinese phone. Go buy a Xiaomi. Mm-hmm. Be like $200, and it'll be better than a fucking Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, but I mean, the Chinaman made it though, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they can put all the backdoors in there they want. They can have all my fucking data. I trust the Chinese with my data way more than I trust the NSA or the IRS or the government.
Yeah, but you see, Corey, they don't. They're saying that they're getting your whole mental imprint, and then they're gonna clone you.
I don't give a goddamn
They're
fuck.
gonna
I only
release
got
it.
about 25 years left on this fucking mortal coil. They can do what the fuck they want.
But there are mortal enemies, man. Isn't that right? Isn't that what they say? China. Except we buy a bunch of shit from them. I'm like, what mortal enemies you would buy it from?
Yeah, like how we in the midst of this Cold War with Russia, but like we fucking sending people to space with them. You know what I mean? Like I never understood that because the fucking shit's all fake on the front. They got back deals with every country. You know, the whole time the shit was Israel and Iran was going on, they was on the back door telephone to Trump saying, "Hey, we're gonna bomb you here, so don't do this. All right, we're gonna bomb you here, so get your shit out." Right? Like that's how it is. It's all fucking wag. It's what is it? Wag the dog? Is that that movie is?
Oh yeah. That's true. And we talk about it here in the States when it comes to taking folks out. You've got the red and the blue. Because I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. I hear both sides, and they just say some complete dumb shit. That's just like you're so entrenched in a side that you won't even say anything that's logical anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you say any logical shit. It's like when it flooded in Texas the other week. There was some chick up there, and she was like, "Man, I'm glad it flooded out there and killed those kids because I mean that's MAGA country, and so they got what they voted for." I'm like, "Man, are you even listening to what you're saying? Like you sound fucking dumb. Like, I mean, these are little kids that drown. You know what I'm saying? Something that was terrible. It's like, are you really gonna make this political now? I mean, it's just shit like this happens, and it's kind of a terrible moment for the families and stuff. Like at this point in time, just shut the fuck up. Like you just not say nothing, but instead you make this 2-minute long video about how the kids deserved it. I'm like, well, damn. I mean, so like you're so entrenched in the side that you'll just go and just say whatever, as long as it backs up your point that my side is the best. It's just like, well, that's when you know that you're completely taken over. You know what I'm saying? And what they say, you don't turn into a vampire until you tasted the blood. That's the whole premise. Well, in some of the vampire movies, like you have to actually drink the blood to become full vampiric. So I mean, that's the whole premise there. Or just it'd be on the red side when Trump does something and it's like it's just something that's just stupid. It's like, man, that's dumb. And they just be like, oh well, here you go. He's playing 3D chess, and here's what he's really trying to do. I'm like, I don't think it's anything like that, man. I just think he just did something that was stupid, But I mean, that's where we are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so worried about their side getting the win and then being able to one up the other side that they make completely illogical statements and don't just think with a stable brain. And so it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? And so we've got a whole lot of that going around. We got instability all over the place. Before we get out of here, the damn Orlando Bloom, Katy Perry, they broke up, man. And it's really sad because I'm assuming that he stopped washing them dishes.
I know, man. You wash them dishes, you get your dick sucked.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Orlando. Bud, what happened, man?
Bro, if that's just the formula, that's the easy formula to get your dick sucked every day.
The minute I seen that they broke up, I was like, hold on a second. Now, they were engaged for like 6 years. I was like, that's weird within itself.
I would think if you're engaged for more than like 6 months, you're kind of like just dipping your toe in the water.
Well, it don't mean shit no way. But there's plenty of folks who've walked down the aisle and put a ring on each other's finger and been fucking somebody like that day. Somebody else. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, it don't mean much of shit, man. But I did find it suspicious. And then when they broke up, and I was like, huh. So I guess he started buying you Lamborghinis and stopped washing the dishes. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I see all these chicks and they talk about, you know, I'm leveling up. I've outgrown them. I know my worth. I'm not settling. I'm like, settling? I'm like, who are you? You ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? People be talking about I'm not going to settle like they somebody. Man, you ain't nothing. Just like everybody else. You talking about what you settling for. My goodness. I mean, you on your high horse like you somebody. You suck to be around. You talking about you ain't settling. You know what I'm saying? Listen how you sound on this podcast. You talk about settling. You sound stupid. You sound stuck up. Hell, the motherfucker be settling being with your ass. I settled for you because you were rich. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you know, you see the women, they're like, oh, you know, I'm not settling, and you know, the guy. What makes no sense is like, okay, I make this amount of money, so the guy still needs to make more than me and provide. I was like, well, I thought the whole independent thing is so you could be independent. You know what I'm saying? But you want to have your independent money and then still spend my money. I'm trying to figure out what the deal is here. That's what ain't never made no sense to me. And they said, I've leveled up, I'm no longer settling. I'm like, right. Corey's leveling up too. You know what I'm saying? Corey ain't settling no more. These floozies. But these floozies. He'll take a higher price hooker at this point in time.
Bro,
You know
a higher price hooker, you get her on demand, and you find one that's cool, and she's cool. That's all there is to it, man. You got to deal with none of that bullshit. You're paying her to leave.
Right. Mary Landmon said, if Trump is not implicated, then he should prove it by keeping his promise to release the entire file, just like the other files they released.
So if there was dirt on Trump, the Biden administration would have made sure it was front and center.
Oh, but they'd have put that shit right out.
Yep.
Immediately.
Yep. I mean, they tried to fucking arrest him on... They tried to arrest him on 4 different sets of bullshit charges. Yeah. They were genuinely going after him. This is why like the deep state that is of today is, I don't know if it's the same deep state under Biden. It's obviously still there. It doesn't ever go away. But what iteration it's taking, I don't know, because
it's a different faction.
It's a different faction, it seems. Yeah, for sure. Because there's some shit going on that the former deep state would not have allowed to go on. Like, if they're really investigating Comey and these motherfuckers, if there's ever going to be an arrest of anybody for treason, like, bro, all you got to do is play 1 or 2 of the interviews of Mayorkas talking about how they flew people into the country, and you got your treason charges. So,
yeah, right there. Yeah, it's like, boom.
Our country is a joke.
Like I said,
our country's a joke, and nobody should be paying. Don't pay your taxes ever again, ever. I'm telling you, jury nullification will eliminate all fucking future IRS trials. No one's going to convict anyone of tax avoidance, especially with all the shit we just learned.
Well, I 100% believe that, like, they've got like a gangs of New York type of mentality. Now, I don't know if you remember the gangs of New York, but they sat around civilly and talked about what day they were meeting, what weapons were being allowed as far as being used today, and what was the rules of engagement of when the conflict would end. So I think that's exactly how they're doing things. You know, old Bill the Butcher and my other man, Liam Neeson, it's like, well, one of us fall, then the fight's over. And when Bill the Butcher stabbed Liam Neeson twice, he turned around and looked at everybody, look who I have beneath my blade. And everybody stopped. And they said, oh, shit. Well, fight's over. And everybody went home. It's just like, And then the people lived together for like 24 years. Like they became friends and shit. You're like, hold on a second, man. What's going on here? Until Liam Neeson's son returned and then, created that's what they're doing in the government, man. Look who I have beneath my blade. I mean, that's it. That's it right there, bud. It's like, look, if we're gonna be honorable about this, okay? We're not gonna throw each other in jail. All right, can't do that. But when it's our turn, then it's our turn. So just back the fuck up, okay? Just let it be our turn. So I just think it's my turn, your turn type shit. And so right now it's Republicans' turn, and I don't know when Republicans are in there. They tend to not get anything done. Like Democrats, they tend to turn the world upside down when they get in there. You know what I'm saying? They get shit pushed all the way through. When Republicans get in, they just tend to talk about what they're gonna get pushed through, and nothing ever gets pushed through. And I'm just like, what? Like it's just a struggle for them to do anything. Have you noticed that? Like Democrats get in, and it's just like, I mean, it's just. They'll have Republicans, agreeing with them and shit and voting with them. And then all of a sudden, Republicans get in like, all right, yeah, here's what we're going to do. And it's like a knockdown drag out to get anything done. And they'll have 15 of their folks and be like, nah, man, we ain't doing that. I'm just like, okay. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, it's your turn. So I thought it was your turn to do some shit.
Yeah, just like Hitler said, it's all a big game. The one political party is in power and everyone hates them, and the other side is the opposition. And then after 20 years or so, the people are so fed up with them that they put the other the other party back in charge, and then the cycle repeats again. It's just a big, it's a game to these people.
Yeah.
Democracy is a joke. Sorry, democracy is a fucking joke. There's no such thing as democracy. It's stupid. The concept is stupid. This means that the retarded guy next door has the same voting power as I do. That's retarded to begin with, okay? That aside, even if there was democracy, they wouldn't implement democracy. We have the Electoral College to shield us from true democracy. So, right. Thank God for that, because otherwise New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles would decide who was in Congress, who was in the presidency all the time. You know what I mean? So fuck those people. There's no right answer. You need the benevolent dictator. That's all there is to it. You need the benevolent dictator because every other system is a joke.
So the question is, I mean, who would give the royal blood to? I guess it would have to go through George Washington's bloodline, wouldn't it? See how he would be first?
Who the fuck it? Where are these people? Where is fucking Washington's bloodline?
That's what I'm saying. Washington's bloodline, Ben Franklin.
If I was these people's ancestors, I would have a YouTube channel with 1 million subscribers. I'm the ancestor of George Washington.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't never hear like, yeah, I'm Abraham Lincoln's, great grandson.
That's because he was really gay and probably didn't have any children.
He didn't.
No, he had some dude always around him that he slept in the cabin with.
He had to knock up a hooker at some point.
His real name is most likely Springsteen.
You see, back then you could knock up hookers and you could just deny it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 200 years ago, you could knock up a hooker and be like, you got me pregnant. No, I didn't.
Nowadays, they'll check your ATM receipts for 20 minutes before.
It's like, yeah, you ran a cash in for this. Cash out. The hooker say cash out. And Venmo.
You paid her with 3 pence and a cow.
They take Google Pay. They probably got the little card reader in the damn pocketbook. It's like I ain't got no cash on me. It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll take card. It's like, fuck. Somebody did that at work one time. It was the and then we'll close out. There was a kid who came by and it was selling them old crusty ass donuts. 8-day-old donuts from Krispy Kreme. The fundraiser donuts. Whenever you see Krispy Kreme fundraiser, just know those donuts ain't shit. Okay? Those donuts look like when you just got finished up on your old lady. You know what I'm saying? They all crusty on top. Like used everywhere. You're like, I don't want this shit. Well, they rolled up in there. They were like, Hey, man, they're $8 a box. I'm like, it's a ripoff. I was like, well, I ain't got no cash. The man looked at him and said, don't worry, we take card. I said, you little nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I said, you little motherfucker. I tell you what. And I get some. I ain't got no cash today. Don't worry, we take card. I know you got that. Yeah, I do.
Tell him,
But
yeah,
the good
I'm
Lord
at my
love you,
limit.
right?
I'm at my limit.
So, I seated my limit on my credit card. Yeah, I mean, you got to watch, folks. Now you can't even skim out of these situations anymore because everybody's got a card reader that plugs into the bottom of their fucking phone, or they take Cash App or Venmo or Google Pay or some shit
Or
like
you'll just
that.
zap the shit
You're
right out of
right.
your pocket with some fucking NFR fucking reader.
Oh yeah, that is true. Zap all your credit cards. You go look, they all maxed out. You say, hold on a second.
The idea of
This
linking,
is some bullshit.
the idea of turning on that fucking near field shit in my phone is like, why would you do that? Why would you do that with your
I
credit
don't know.
card? Because anybody with an NFR can just go up and read that shit.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
It ain't like when
That's
you
what
it ain't
is.
like when you go to that fucking register and you put your phone up to the thing. It ain't doing some like complex algorithm encrypted SHA-256 Bitcoin type stuff. No, it's just noticing it's there and going, oh, okay, derp, I'll take the money now. Fuck that.
Yeah. Oh, before we get out of here, Corey, let them know about the launch of the independent token.
Oh, Independent Media Token is now live. You can go and pick it up at Radium. We're organizing our fucking marketing campaign, so I haven't really done too much promotion yet. But we got some things in the works. And it's going to cost us some money, which we don't have yet. So, yeah, the next couple of weeks, next couple of months. We're working on it, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, be on
it's a crypto venture capital fund. That's ultimately what it is for independent media.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, be on the lookout for that. Go pick you some up. Support everybody out here. Corey Hughes, CoreyHughes.org,
Mm-hmm.
BuddyHistory.substack. A warning from history. Soon to be an Oswald book. Is the Oswald book gonna have a fancy title?
Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white.
Mm. There it is. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. It's still gonna be a little bit on your Oswald stuff though, right?
I'll be on my Oswald shit for the next couple of years.
Months. For the next couple of years. Okay, so it might be a little bit before you see that guy.
No, that book will be out in a couple of weeks, but my other shit's I'm going to be on Oswald for years.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I got 3 more books I got to write on the series.
Oh, okay. All right, so it'll be, what do they call those, anthology?
Something like that, 4-volume set.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, anthology from Corey Hughes.
I figure it'll take me about 5 years, I figure. Because the last part of it is going to take me years to fucking... People are stupid. Okay, let me make this really clear. The average IQ of Kennedy researchers is about 80. And they still have not cleaned up the mess that they've created in the timeline of June 62 till the end. It's a fucking mess. You'd think after 60 years we'd have a fucking single chronology that made sense. We don't. So I'm going to make it. And that's going to take me a long time to fucking put together because there's a lot of contradicting information and a lot of CIA backstory subversion shit going on at the same time that relates to Oswald that I'll have to connect. It's fucking going to be... Maybe I don't want to do it. Fuck that. Maybe I'll just quit.
Corey's going to continue to go on because, he's too legit to quit. We appreciate everybody being here with us on this episode of Beyond the Cube. Hopefully we'll be back Sunday on day 0. I know Lindsay was having the issue last week and Third Eye Carnival, and Corey was tired as fuck. So we missed last week, so maybe we'll be back this week. So we appreciate everybody for watching us tonight. Listen to us on podcast platforms from your boy XQ420, the powerful one, Corey Hughes. Catch you on the next Beyond the Cube. Peace out.